Let's make a show.
Let's go.
That was a snippet of Meghan Markle's latest Netflix series, With Love Meghan, a lifestyle show in which the Duchess of Sussex pairs how-tos on homemaking and cooking, plus chats with her celebrity friends, Mindy Kaling and hubby Prince Harry, to name but a few.
Well, Meghan McCain, who claims to have been a fan of the Duchess previously, slammed the series in a lengthy post on X. She criticized Markle for being out of touch and tone-deaf, writing in part, quote, "Like the rest of the world, my opinion changed when she disrespected the royal family. All of this, even in the trailer, is highly curated, produced, and out of touch. There have been 2 terror attacks in 2 days, major wars raging, and Americans can't pay for groceries. Do something to help people instead of your ego. This is why the world doesn't like you. Nothing else, just completely and utterly tone-deaf for the moment." Social media also erupted. Right-wing account Autism Capital posted, quote, "This woman destroyed an entire dynasty so she could have her own Netflix show that gets canceled after 1 season. Shame on Prince Harry for being so weak." Former senior advisor to RFK Jr. Lauren Link chimed in, posting, quote, "The world is on fire, but Meghan Markle is here to teach us how to make gourmet donuts and fancy flower arrangements." Yes.
Are you outraged by Meghan Markle, Robby?
I don't care about Meghan Markle at all. I don't really care very much about the British royal family. I esteem them as an institution.
Yeah.
I am not interested in their day-to-day happenings at all. So when everyone of at least a right-leaning persuasion, and I think it goes well beyond that, turned on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, I was like, okay, that's fine. But she has certainly, there's no way around it. They are widely despised now, I think, by people on the right, and I think it's beyond just people on the right.
I am, to the extent that I care about such things, a bit of a defender of Meghan Markle's, partly because I just find some of the criticism of her so sort of overblown or exaggerated or histrionic. Now,
They just try to make themselves such victims, and it's so annoying.
Yeah.
They have so much money, and they're doing fine, and they're like, "Oh, woe is," it's, I don't know, it's obnoxious.
I don't know, I never find her that obnoxious. Now, of course, I would have to declare a bias of a kind here, of an Irish kind.
Yes,
I know. One of the few contexts in which I am a Republican, because I don't care for the British monarchy at all. And so when Meghan McCain talks about how she lost faith in Meghan Markle when she, quote, disrespected the royal family, I've no objection to people disrespecting the royal family at all. In fact, I quite encourage it. But putting that aside...
You're speaking up for your massacred fellow countrymen going back to the Middle Ages.
800 years of oppression and all of that.
Yes.
But putting that aside for a moment, I mean, whenever the Meghan and Harry thing was on Netflix, the documentary, I watched a couple of episodes, not a particularly compelling interest of mine, and I thought she was fine. She's a kind of affluent Hollywood person who talks in the kind of tenor that Hollywood affluent people talk in. She seems inoffensive
but
to
you
me.
can always make, wealthy, rich, literal royalty. I mean, documentaries about themselves to make themselves the victims. I agree with Meghan. Meghan's a friend of mine. Meghan McCain, not Meghan Markle. I tend to agree with her takes. I think it is a little bit tone deaf, and I don't know. I don't like wake up in the middle of the night trembling with rage against Meghan Markle.
The voodoo dolls of Meghan Markle beheaded.
Sometimes you just don't like people and you can't exactly explain why. I feel this way about Rachel Ziegler, the Snow White actress thing. We talked about that. Yeah, I don't care for her. She's never done anything to me, but I just don't care for her.
No, I get that, and I think that's fine. But in relation to this story of Meghan McCain, I read the Meghan McCain hot take on this before I watched the trailer that we just showed an excerpt of. And so I'd read Meghan McCain's views, which were very, very critical. And then I clicked on the trailer to, what is this outrage? And it's Meghan Markle making food and buying flowers and talking to a dog. And it's like, I find it hard to get outraged about that. Maybe you can talk to your friend Meghan McCain about why exactly.
And Meghan was always the first person to point out that she herself is a nepo baby. The McCain family had all sorts of advantages and really disdains the trend of celebrities and scions of political dynasties being woe is me, oh no, my poor life, and she calls attention to that often.
It is just interesting. I mean, I don't even find Meghan Markle all that self-pitying, which I guess is one of the big knocks on her, the victimhood thing. I mean, so far as I can tell from the public persona, I am mystified really by what stokes such dislike of her.
I mean, I'm mystified by what commands interest in the British royal family.
Right. Well, we are in
I
agreement.
don't care that much.
Yeah.
Yes, we in America, we won a war,
Exactly.
so we didn't have to care
Exactly.
what the royal family thinks.
I know you're being slightly flippant, but I do find the American fascination with the British royal family peculiar.
I feel like it's increased in recent years,
Yeah,
or over the
maybe.
course of my life. I
Maybe.
was never that interested. I mean, I'm interested in it as a historical,
Yeah.
you know, as someone who like minored
Right.
in European history. It's
Sure.
kind of, it's interesting.
Right, but you're
restore,
not...
hashtag restore the Stuarts, excuse me. That would be, it's an important cause.
No, I mean, the fact that this country is rightly and proudly a republic and then gets so carried away with a monarchy is just very peculiar to me. I've never understood it, and I've never understood the enthusiasm for it. I suppose the argument that's often made is, well, the United States is, relatively speaking, quite a young country, and this history that stretches back centuries and centuries, and Britain maybe has some kind of appeal, but I find the fascination with it very peculiar. I was briefly in London over the holidays, and I went by Buckingham Palace, but I have never ventured in, nor will I be doing so anytime soon.
Interesting commentary from noted supporter of Irish terrorism, anti-British monarchy, radical.
We'll
Niall
get
Stanage.
it. Yes, I'll be deported now, but we'll see how it goes. Not to Britain, though, apparently.
That does it for us today on Rising. Good place as any to end things. We've got a lot of shoveling to get to, but please be sure to share, like, subscribe, do all of that internet-related things, and never miss any content. For those of you who like to listen while on the go, we're now available anywhere you can get your podcast fix, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, weather permitting.